Hi friends, how are you? Great to see you. So we are going to talk today about body respect. And this is such a hot topic, especially during the summertime, right? It's temperatures are hotter, we're wearing less clothes, we're, realizing things that we feel good or don't feel good about, and this is all part of the process. So I just really think it's an important topic to recognize and also give you some ways that you can practice for yourself to practice more respect. And also asking too, can respecting your body but also wanting to change it coexist? So this is really important. Actually, I would argue that they have to coexist in order for you to have sustainable weight loss results. And what I mean by that is if you are trying to change your body to something that maybe is unrealistic, or if you're trying to do it in a very extreme, aggressive, punishment focused, restrictive, starvation way, that it's going to be very short-lived, very frustrating, and really mess up your relationship with food. So think about like our culture. Our culture can really wreak havoc on logic. So think about that. Our culture can wreak havoc on our logic. Like we know logically what makes sense, but our culture can really skew this. So an example of this is in like the Chinese culture, right? So that ideal in their culture is for women to have smaller feet. And this caused mothers to have their daughters put their feet bound into very small shoes at a young age, forcing their feet into a very deformed state and essentially crippling them. Like, that's not logical, right? But it was the cultural ideal that would gain status and that would have the women ideally marry into the right family, right? Like, let me know if this is like talking through this sounds crazy, right? It really does. So respecting your body means treating it with dignity, kindness, and meeting its basic needs. And that example is absolutely not doing that. It's not respecting ourselves. It's looking at status over respect and knowledge. So you can lose weight rapidly, absolutely. But this can also be very dangerous. And this could be through an eating disorder that has damaging health effects, long-term emotional health effects. Extreme dieting really promotes actual weight gain, even higher than pre-dieting weight, right? So this fluctuation in weight is very unhealthy, these extremes. So remember that your body that you have is your forever home. Like, this is where you live every single day, and you can't travel. Like, you can't go on vacation and be like, no, I don't want to live here today, right? This is like what it's about. And if you are constantly battling yourself every single day, it's a very miserable place to live. It really is. So think about like the most basic things that your body does for you on a day-to-day basis. And these are often things that we just completely take for granted. So we are all at different levels of fitness and abilities, and that's beautiful. But recognizing what you are able to do in each moment is really gratifying. So, treating your body with love, respect, self-care, healthful living, and joy. Like, do more things that you enjoy in your life. And the freedom that comes with that is so empowering and truly allows you to be able to focus on things that are achievable and maintainable. So even if you don't appreciate and respect and, feel good about the body you're in now, you can still cultivate habits that are kind and respectful towards it. So I'm going to say that again. Even if you don't appreciate the body you have now, you can still cultivate habits and be respectful towards it, coming from a place of nourishment, appreciation, and gratitude. And then adding gratitude into your life time and time again supports protection from stress management and depression. So view this with an open mind. Like, think about your body and what are you able to accomplish? Like, what are you able to do? Do you feel gratitude for these abilities? And this can be really helpful to just write through and think about. And this may not come to mind quickly for you, and that's normal. Like, this is something I'm really talking through with a lot of my nutrition clients and having them, do writing activities around, because it's hard to think of these things off the cuff if we're not trained to do this and if we're coming from a very different place. And then just showing your body ways of self-care, right? So this is showing your body respect by just routinely meeting its needs. And this is very straightforward. So making sure that these are some of the things I listed in the group earlier. Showering regularly, washing your face, washing your hair, not every day, but regularly, brushing and flossing your teeth, right? Moving your body in a way that feels good and not something that you feel like is a punishment or compensation for what you did or didn't do. Very different reason. Include nutrient-dense foods in your day, because that's a way of respecting your body. It's not that you have to eat these foods because that's how you're going to lose weight. It's a form of respect of just, this is the foods that my body needs to function well and feel good. Eating regularly throughout the day, not skipping meals, not putting everything else on your to-do list above making sure you're taking care of yourself and feeding yourself, right? Getting enough rest and sleep. And this is also something that we can say, oh, I'll sleep when I'm dead, or I'll sleep whatever, but like, surrender. We need sleep and rest. And when we surrender to that, we always are able to show up better when we can just downshift. So if you're not practicing any of these elements, or if there's something that resonates that you could do better, just choose one. Just choose one small thing that you can really focus on practicing this week. And I would love to know if there's something that you're really focusing on from those examples. All right, next one is stop body checking. So what is body checking? Okay, this is when you're constantly looking in the mirror and checking your body constantly. So it's like going every single mirror you see, you're like stopping, turning, lifting your shirt up, blah, 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 go into a gym, body checking, going into anywhere, a restaurant, bedroom. Like, this is just perpetuating the illusion of perfection and this ideal place that you're supposed to be coming from. So this is putting constant attention on your appearance that is only further skewing the broader sense of yourself and your abilities. It's bringing things very external versus internal, and it's only going to separate you further and further from your true self and what's important. So like, get rid of, like, have one mirror, that you can get ready with in the morning, but you don't need to have a mirror like in your bedroom and 3 in the bathroom and the stairs, and like, it's not really helpful, honestly. And it's a really big sign of insecurity and just needing to do this inner work. You're not a bad person if this is what you notice of, like, oh my God, a lot of times people don't even notice it, right? It's just habit. It's just like, we're just constantly checking ourselves, and it's really not going to be advantageous on many levels. So just be aware of that. Next one is wear comfortable clothes. And Kayla just said an amazing thing in the post this week about this, which is such a great example of exactly what I was thinking around this. So wearing clothes that are too tight only make you feel uncomfortable and don't show your body respect, right? You're like, just like not feeling good, you're uncomfortable. So tight clothes make you feel closed and trapped. And sometimes like you can't even take a deep breath, right? So if you're just wearing things that are super tight and like you can't take a deep breath, like, it's gonna make you feel stressed and have tension and just not feel good, right? You can't relax in those moments. So like, take an inventory of your closet and go through things and look at it and say, does this make me smile when I look at it? Does this fit me? Or is this something that I only save on to when I can wear when I'm at a very unhealthy weight that I know is not realistic for me? Is this make me feel unflattering? Is it stained? Is it ripped? Is it something that doesn't make me feel good? And I love what Kayla said, like, she bought clothes that brought out her soul, like her inner person. And it's like, she felt beautiful and strong and like she wanted to show up for her life. And that was like so cool, so cool. So that's like a huge thing that we can also recognize. So really take an inventory, go through things, buy new clothes if you need to, and that's okay. Give away things to other people and donate that. Last one, so these are 5 tips. Last one is stop comparing yourself. Just stop comparing yourself. A powerful sign of self-esteem is the ability to appreciate the many values that are truly yours and the gifts that you were given, right? So if we practice refining our talents and acknowledging that the work that you have done to learn and grow and how far you have come is really a big sign of self-respect. We all have work to do, but you have to acknowledge it. And that is so respectful to yourself. It's like, wow, you have worked so hard and you are in such a different place than you were 6 months ago, a year ago, 3 months ago, whatever that looks like. And that is giving you esteem and motivation to say, wow, I've come so far. Yeah, I still have farther to go, but I've done the work. And acknowledging that is so powerful. So the attention on comparison to others is really the surest way to remove yourself from your own qualities, your own special qualities, because you're truly unique to you and you're truly unique to the next person, right? So it also keeps the focus very external, like the body checking example, and it pulls you away from the truer meaning of life and what really matters. So rather than comparing yourself, like start appreciating yourself and your unique qualities and what you have to give to the world and other things that are valuable to you outside of your appearance, because you are more than that. You absolutely are more than that. So reflect on these traits that you value that have nothing to do with your appearance. This could be personal gifts. This could be talents. This could be abilities that you've worked hard to achieve. So, maybe degrees that you've obtained or personal things you've achieved. Maybe you're a good dancer. You're a good singer. You're a wonderful mother. You're a great caretaker. You're a great friend. Like all of these things represent things about you as a person and your achievement. So, there's so many cool things that we can unpack here, but it's just such a necessary conversation, no matter what your goals are and no matter where you're coming from a health standpoint, just having more respect for ourselves and taking it less on the external appearance of things. And I was just talking with one of my clients too that made me think of this as well, which is so cool for our conversation with body image. And she had a tough body image day like we all do. We absolutely all do. And she's like, I put on a pair of jeans or a pair of pants that were tight on me and I felt super uncomfortable. And I just started like digging at myself, right? And just talking really poorly to myself. And she said, I'm like, okay, so how did you work through that? Because in the past, it would have ruined her day. It would have ruined her week. She would have, self-sabotaged. She would have overeaten and doing all the things that are not going to help us feel better. But she didn't do that. She paused and she said, well, I'm not going to wear these pants today because they don't make me feel good. Amazing. So she put on something else that she felt better with. She had already packed her lunch for the day. It was ready to go for work. She continued to have the meals that she had planned that she knew made her feel her best. And she just got into the self-talk and she's like, okay, I know what works for me. I know what I need to do. I know what I feel best doing. And that was motivating to help her move through that situation. And we really, talked through this and dug through this. And she's been doing the work. Like this wasn't just like happening. Like she's been practicing this because those voices and that self-talk is going to be there still. It's not going to just disappear, but it's going to happen less often. And when it does, you're so much more aware of it and you can work through it faster. So for her, instead of sitting there for days and weeks and weeks and months and months and months, and then coming back in a really tough place, she was able to move through that the same day, which is like super amazing, super amazing. Not saying it's easy, but it's possible. And this is really the work. So let me know if that was helpful for you guys. If you're having a tough body image day, like we've all been there, right? It's just how we can work through those things and show our body respect. So if you are watching Team Live, I love to see you guys. I absolutely love to just connect with you all. I so value your being here and showing up for yourself and just, spreading this positive messaging. And this summer, I just really would encourage you to be that person that shifts the conversation, because everybody's going to talk about like, oh, I shouldn't eat this food, or, oh my God, you're so skinny, or, oh my God, you've lost weight, or whatever. It's like, well, why does it have to be the first thing that you notice about me? It's like, why can't it be like, oh my gosh, like, how has your summer been? What have you done that makes you feel good? Have you gone on any great trips? Or, what have you been able to do for yourself? And you're glowing, like you just look so confident. Like, those are the things that matter, right? So give more of those compliments to people. If you're watching this as a replay, let me know. I love to see you guys. Oops. Hey, Jen, love to see you. Hope you're having a great day, my friend. All right, you guys, I will catch you on the flip side. As always, let me know if there's anything I can do for you. See you later.